Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because today's story is about a coin that many people ignored for years, but collectors and history lovers now look at with completely different eyes. If you enjoy rare coins, hidden treasures, and stories that connect money with history, stay with me until the end, because this South African coin has surprised collectors around the world. Imagine opening an old wooden drawer that has not been touched in decades. Inside, there are a few faded papers, a rusty watch, and some old coins wrapped in cloth. Most people would glance at them for a second and move on. But sometimes, hidden among ordinary-looking coins is a piece that carries history, mystery, and incredible collector interest. That is exactly why the 1980 South African 20-cent coin has become such an interesting topic among coin enthusiasts. At first glance, this coin does not look dramatic. It is small, simple, and easy to overlook. Many people spin it without thinking twice. During the 1980s, South Africa was going through a complicated and historic period. Political tension, economic pressure, and social change shaped everyday life. Coins from that era became silent witnesses to history. Every scratch on the metal, every worn edge, and every detail stamped into the surface tells part of a much bigger story. The 20-cent coin from 1980 was produced for circulation, meaning millions of people handled it in markets, shops, buses, and banks. Workers carried it in their pockets. Families used it for groceries. Children saved it in jars. Back then, nobody imagined that decades later collectors would study these coins carefully under magnifying glasses. One reason older men especially enjoy collecting coins like this is because coins connect directly to memory. A single coin can bring back an entire period of life. It reminds people of younger days, old businesses, first salaries, family trips, or difficult times they survived. That emotional connection is powerful. A coin is not just money. It is a time machine made of metal. Now let's talk about what makes the 1980 20-cent coin stand out. Collectors pay close attention to details that most people never notice. The year mark, the condition, the shine, the edges, and even tiny minting differences can completely change how desirable a coin becomes. Some coins were struck more cleanly than others. Some may contain rare mint errors. Others survived decades without heavy damage, which is extremely uncommon for coins that circulated daily. Condition matters more than many people realize. A heavily worn coin may only attract casual interest, but a coin preserved in exceptional condition can become highly sought after. Collectors use terms like uncirculated, brilliant, and mint state to describe coins that still appear almost untouched despite their age. Finding a 1980 20-cent coin in that kind of condition is not easy. Another thing that attracts collectors is rarity within circulation. Sometimes, a coin that appears common can hide uncommon variations. Slight differences in lettering, alignment, or metal texture can make certain pieces far more desirable. Experienced collectors spend years searching through old collections, hoping to discover one unusual example that others missed. There's also something fascinating about South African coinage itself. Coins from South Africa carry unique designs that reflect culture, wildlife, national identity, and political history. For international collectors, these coins offer a connection to a country with a rich and complicated past. The 20-cent coin from 1980 represents a specific moment in time, frozen forever in metal. Many younger people today look at digital numbers on screens and rarely think about physical money. But older generations remember when coins had personality. You could hear them in your pocket. You could recognize them by touch. Every denomination had its own identity. That feeling creates nostalgia, and nostalgia drives collecting. Coin collecting is also about the thrill of discovery. Somewhere right now, there may be forgotten jars, old wallets, dusty boxes, or family collections containing valuable coins that nobody has checked carefully. Some people inherit collections without understanding what they have. Others accidentally spend collectible coins because they never learned the difference between ordinary currency and collectible treasure. The 1980 cents coin teaches an important lesson. Never underestimate old coins. Something small and seemingly ordinary can carry significant value to the right collector. Markets change. Collector demand changes. Historical interest grows over time. Coins once ignored can suddenly attract attention years later. Collectors often examine these coins under bright lights, searching for unusual details. They study the sharpness of the design, the spacing of letters, and the texture of the surface. Some even compare multiple examples side by side, looking for tiny differences invisible to ordinary eyes. That level of passion may sound surprising to outsiders, but serious collectors understand that tiny details can mean everything. There's also pride involved in owning historical coins. Holding a piece of currency from decades ago creates a direct connection to the past. This coin may have traveled across cities, passed through thousands of hands, or survived major historical events. That journey gives it character. Unlike modern objects produced today and forgotten tomorrow, old coins carry stories. The market for collectible coins has grown strongly over the years because people appreciate tangible history. Economic uncertainty often increases interest in collectibles because rare items hold emotional and historical value beyond ordinary money. Coins especially attract collectors because they combine art, history, rarity, and investment potential all in one small object. Some collectors focus only on local coins, while others search internationally. South African coins have gained attention in many parts of the world because of their unique historical background and distinctive designs. The 1980 20-cent coin continues to spark curiosity among those who enjoy discovering overlooked pieces. What makes this even more interesting is that many valuable coins are discovered accidentally. Someone cleaning an attic, someone sorting through old change, someone opening a forgotten family box. These discoveries keep the excitement alive. Every collector dreams of finding that one hidden piece that changes everything. Older men especially enjoy these stories because they understand patience and appreciation for history. Coin collecting is not about rushing. It is about observation, knowledge, and respect for the past. Every coin has a journey. Every mark has meaning. So if you have old South African coins stored somewhere, this might be the perfect time to examine them carefully. Look at the dates. Look at the details. Compare conditions. What seems ordinary today may become highly collectible tomorrow. The 1980 20-cent coin reminds us that treasures are often hidden in plain sight.
Before we begin, if you love discovering the hidden treasures of old coins and the fascinating history behind them, then hit that subscribe button right now. Join us on a journey where every old coin could be a forgotten fortune waiting to be uncovered. Now, let's step back in time to something extraordinary. Imagine holding in your hand a small, weathered coin. It's not gold. It's not silver. And yet, in the right moment, in the right condition, it's worth more than many people expect. This is the story of the 1973 South Africa 20-cent coin, a coin that many overlooked, and today, could be worth a small fortune to the right collector. Picture this, the year is 1973. The world is changing fast. In South Africa, the political atmosphere is tense, the economy is shifting, and yet, amid the larger tides of history, something very small and seemingly unimportant is being struck at the South African Mint, a simple 20-cent coin. For most, it was just pocket change. But for those who look deeper, it's so much more. The coin itself features the image of a beautiful flower, the protea, South Africa's national flower. Delicate yet powerful, the protea has long symbolized strength through diversity. On the reverse, you'll find the classic image of Jan van Riebeeck, one of the earliest European settlers at the Cape of Good Hope, often romanticized in South African numismatic history. But what really makes this coin valuable is not just who or what is on it, it's the story it tells, the rarity it represents, and the secret some of these coins carry. Most coins from 1973 have no significant premium over their face value unless something unusual happened during their creation. That's exactly what happened with certain versions of this 20-cent coin. You see, coin collecting isn't just about age. It's about scarcity, condition, and the hidden details that make one coin in a million worth thousands more than the rest. In the case of the 1973 20 cents from South Africa, there are a few key factors that have driven its value sky high over the years. First, very few were preserved in uncirculated or mint state condition. These coins were used daily, passed from hand to hand, buying groceries, petrol, or a loaf of bread. Finding one today without scratches, marks, or wear is like finding a needle in a haystack. And when you do, collectors will pay serious money for it. Second, there are rumors and collector reports of a rare error version, possibly a die variety or slight misstrike, that appeared in a small batch of these coins. Whether it was a slight doubling in the design or a misalignment that only the trained eye can spot, these small differences turn a 20-cent coin into something far more than its face value. Collectors in South Africa and beyond have been quietly searching for pristine examples of this coin for years. Auction houses, especially those specializing in world coinage and African currencies, have occasionally seen bidding wars erupt when one of these high-grade coins appears. And here's where things get even more interesting. Some collectors, particularly those in Europe and North America, have recently taken a renewed interest in coins from the African continent. Why? Because they see untapped value. They see historical moments, colonial legacies, political transitions, all captured in metal. And the 1973 South Africa 20-cent coin sits right at the heart of that story. But here's the best part. Some of these coins have been sitting unnoticed in old drawers, forgotten in inherited collections, or mixed in with other spare change. That's right. Right now, you could have one sitting in your home, maybe something your father or grandfather picked up on a trip or brought back in their pocket. Something you walked past 100 times without thinking twice. For men in their 50s and 60s, this isn't just about collecting. It's about rediscovery. It's about reconnecting with a part of the past you thought was gone. Maybe you lived through the 70s. Maybe you remember how the coins felt in your hand, how the weight of change mattered back then. That sound of real metal hitting a shop counter. That feeling when you saved enough to buy something meaningful. Now, imagine one of those coins being worth thousands today. Imagine telling your grandson that the old coin he found in your desk drawer is worth more than his new laptop. That's not just exciting, that's legacy. That's history speaking through generations. If you're the kind of man who appreciates craftsmanship, who sees value where others don't, and who believes that some things just get better with age, then this coin, and others like it, are worth your attention. Start looking. Go through your old boxes. Visit flea markets. Talk to other collectors. Because sometimes, treasure is hidden in plain sight. Now, let's talk numbers. Because I know that's what many of you are waiting for. How much could this small 1973 coin actually fetch if you have the right one? What if I told you that an exceptionally well-preserved, mint state 1973 South Africa 20 cents coin, the kind graded highly by a professional service and verified as genuine, has sold for a jaw-dropping price in recent years? That's right. One of these coins has been valued and sold at an incredible $3,510. Yes, $3,510 for a coin that once bought you a loaf of bread and a newspaper. That's the magic of numismatics. That's the thrill of the hunt. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started. In the world of old coins, history is alive, and the next big discovery might be sitting in your very own home. Thanks for watching, and keep searching.